You can't convince me there's anybody living on the planet today that I believe should not try intermittent fasting if their main mission is to target fat loss and curb cravings. If your goal is to stop snacking or ordering DoorDash late at night, or you're somebody who thinks about their next meal as you're eating the one in front of you, this video is for you. Intermittent fasting is a method of eating a lot of people use today, but a lot more people need to know about. Honestly, the benefits of fasting in conjunction with moving more often by getting your daily steps goes far beyond than just controlling your cravings. But today, we'll just focus on just four main topics: cravings, hunger, energy, and clarity. Now, when you hear fasting, you might think of Gandhi, but we aren't talking about that. Fasting for months is not on the agenda, but shortening the time you eat during the day is. So just like working a 9 to 5, you could eat from 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 12 to 8, 2 to 10. I mean, it's really up to you. When I first started doing this, I was broke, but I mean, unfortunately, things haven't really changed. But being broke and fasting is like the guy who drives a lifted truck and has to get off by climbing on the wheels. So deep down, you know you're just compensating for what you don't have. But what you do have is a fortified mentality, because fasting was uncomfortable at first, but because you are having to ignore the cues your body is naturally telling you, these hunger cues, the stomach rumbling, these are my body's notifications that I just had to dismiss. But just like Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at your door, if you ignore them long enough, the hunger will just go away on their own. So what I learned very quickly was sometimes when I felt these hunger cues, I could have sworn it was hunger I was experiencing, but what you might not know is that your cue for hunger and thirst are very, very similar. This is the equivalent of your body's notification sending you a text coming from your local area code saying, "Hey John, it's Cindy," but the sender isn't saved in your context. So eating food, getting that notification would be blindly responding back to Cindy and asking her what she needs and literally feeding into it. So drinking water would be like sending Cindy to junk mail. Like, drinking water when you think you're hungry is a great way to test whether you're actually hungry. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, those initial hunger cues is really just thirst in disguise. So, like finding out Cindy is really just an AI bot trying to collect your data, the notification wasn't real, and fasting gives your body a chance to send the message to junk mail. So this easily leads me into my second point: cravings. Hunger's ugly twin sister. But just like the reason you clicked on this video, the appearance of cravings can actually change, which could lead to a healthier and more balanced relationship with food. If you're on a weight loss journey like I am, one of the hardest and most difficult things to do is give up your vices. Soda, alcohol, brownies, Starbucks, ice cream, cookies, french fries, you name it. These things bring you joy and happiness every time you indulge and are difficult to just give up, no matter how motivated and strong-willed you may be. It's what's adding inches to your waist in all the wrong places, but cutting it out will just make you crave it more, and constantly thinking about it in the middle of the night, and what do you know, you caved and you found yourself knee-deep in a tub of Ben & Jerry's newest release flavor. Now, I know that because that's me, but what if I told you you might not crave that as much as you want anymore? What I continue to learn as I apply fasting to my own eating habits and make sure I get my daily exercise is that I fundamentally rewired my brain to drastically care less about the addicting foods meant to keep me in that loop. Experiencing this firsthand was like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Hope actually replaces what you previously long think is a lost cause, and being able to actively choose the healthier whole food option or getting a water instead of the milkshake would be grounds for an identity crisis. Knowing the appearance of cravings can be changed was a game changer in and of itself. So instead of trying to choose a healthy option until it all comes crashing down when you deal with the stress of life, you can follow your cravings as you always have and let it guide you to the chicken and broccoli and the occasional muffin or milkshake, since you got a personal system update called moderation. Speaking of system updates, another thing that happens to you when you start incorporating intermittent fasting with exercise is that your energy is a lot more stable. No more of the days you crash and nap away your Wingstop combo you had for lunch and wake up groggy and delirious from the choices you made. From being able to stabilize your hunger comes hand in hand with stabilizing your energy level throughout the day. Now, personally, I'm not somebody who drinks much caffeine. So one of the ways I personally counteract fatigue is through napping. And this always comes after a big meal. Packing away the burgers, fries, shakes. If I wasn't napping, I was definitely scrolling through social media or gaming away the energy loss, since those are both low effort activities. And if you haven't figured it out by now, the theme of unhealthy eating, you tend not to be your most productive self when you eat trash. Understanding that part was a game changer. The avalanche effect that's caused by not having the energy to do what you want to do snowballs into spending your time being unproductive and stationary, which ends up tanking your overall movement and your fitness capability. It was all connected. Realizing how the seemingly small decision to eat wrong can show big on the scale was eye-opening to me. But just as far down you could go from not being able to have the energy to accomplish anything, the reverse is true. Being able to focus that energy because you aren't bogged down from the Wendy's Frosty or the McDonald's cookies. So, with being able to manage your life better comes clarity. Genuinely being able to navigate in the right direction when your judgment was clouded is a feeling everyone has to experience. Physically feeling good continues to help me form the decisions I need to make in order to progress in the direction I want to be headed in. The first time I started losing weight, I tried the keto diet. Now, I don't personally recommend keto, but at the time, it was my first time trying a diet of any kind, and I was losing weight. Now, up until that point of trying to lose weight, I could physically feel and notice that my mind wasn't clear, as if it was cloudy. And then I heard of something people were referring to as brain fog, and I wondered if that was the exact thing I was experiencing. After staying on my diet for just a couple weeks, for the first time I felt that veil uncover itself and the fog disappear. It literally felt like I could even see better despite doing nothing but walking and eating better. This was the first time I had ever intentionally reversed brain fog and showed how much eating junk was messing up my system. So, just like with the system update analogy earlier, it was like my brain had a bug fix and a newer, better version was installed. All in all, I've come to the conclusion that being able to incorporate intermittent fasting has made my experience with losing weight an easier process. From craving healthy foods and being less hungry in general, while having the energy to complete tasks with a clear head, I really do believe everybody who hasn't already tried fasting should give it a shot. At the end of the day, you really aren't changing anything other than the time you eat, which isn't a big ask for such big results. If you like the video, definitely give it a like and subscribe. I'm on the road to get 10 subscribers, so I will appreciate any support that comes my way. On that note, have a great day.